Guys, what the fuck happened last night? I could swear that last time I logged into Final Fantasy XIV, I was a human. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been a Lalafell all along. I mean, who knew? I was an ogre? No, I wasn't. You're an ogre. You got horns. More importantly than an ogre, you're ugly. Have you seen your character, Cosbaz? Jesus Christ, dude. I had a face caved in with hammers? Bitch, I'll take my armor back then. No, I like it. It looks good on me. Look at it. It looks great. Look at how happy my little Lala is. Look at how confident he is in his stride. Look. Look at that confident stride. You wish your character had that confident stride, but he doesn't. Oh, man. Okay, so 4.3 is basically, as you guys have been saying, the last patch of Stormblood. So let's get to it. Oh, it's actually right here. I kind of feel like this year is almost my Final Fantasy year. Because, like, we played... Wait. Quest is... Oh, yeah, this is Extremes. And that right there is Dramatis Personae, which is a quest that I should be doing on stream, so... But, I kind of feel like this year is like my Final Fantasy year, because... Been super pumped about 14. Super pumped about 7. I don't know, dude. I suggest you rush the Shadowbringers. No. No. We have stories to experience. Greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices? I guess I will. Alphino has important news to share. Ah, Ruri, impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Korjin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. You mean the crazy psycho we spoke with yesterday? With Garleon's part, the Popularis have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangjia. It would seem the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. According to the letter, Yotsuyo's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. I think that if you look at the diplomatic, if you take a diplomatic view of the situation, it's like, our character should be nowhere near those negotiations, because the other guy is like fucking a murder hobo, ready to just like lash out at people. So, I don't know. Hey, Fate, how you doing? You're a crazy psycho. Am I? Before we get to that, however, I think that it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Asai weren't the one to spot it. Agreed, let us make straightways for the Enclave then. Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. Nah, the Warrior of Light is not a murder hobo. Look at me! I'm a cute Lalafell, dude! Why would I be a murder hobo? Look at that. Look at how cute I am. I would never. Me? A murder hobo? I resent that. I resent that, sir. Why did you take out 4 bags of trash? Like, what are you doing? Didn't Muse already put his foot down? Bum 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 bum. Brewery, which is the best Lunastra matchup? Longsword, Charge Blade, or Hammer? I mean, for me, it'd probably be the Charge Blade, but it really depends on the player. All those weapons are good to beat the crap out of Lunastra. So... Impact File Charge Blade. Hit her in the head. Beat the crap out of her, deal tons of damage, and get a couple of KOs in the middle. Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? Oh yeah, do take a fireproof mantle though. I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gosetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear. Despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. I think he was poisoned. Good gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time you received some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We'll visit him at once, Ruri, Alice, shall we?
Open wide now.
Yep, she's poisoning him.
Please, Tsuyu. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Yep, she is most
Wine.
definitely
Or if that is not
poisoning
wholesome
him.
enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon.
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
Odinving, that better not be a spoiler.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... a gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you this is not...
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Give me a second. Off with them. You stink. Stop. Wait, what? Okay.
What are all these scars?
Good God. There we go. Sorry about that. I am gonna break the game at this, bro. It's... I don't know why this game has such a problem running. That every time I alt-tab, it needs to blow everything up.
Battle will leave its mark upon a man. Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
The thing is, I get much better color quality when I play full screen. They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. But what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him, you couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gosetsu is an old man. With the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. Aye, he has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains he will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given all for Legion land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that, then she certainly has me fooled. This is no pretense. Am I the only one? Yugiri, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince, so what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening I watched her as she sat in her chambers unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami, a child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else, I would hazard. Aye, the matter is settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu, and begin a new life here in Doma. No, she won't. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time, to prove that her memory is truly gone. And by the way, wait. Before we continue here, might I just say that Alice was being extremely judgmental? Gosetsu has needs too. Like, I was just thinking because we had the whole game situation and I kind of neglected that. But it's like for real though. Like for real though. She's like, is this how you've been spending your time? It's like man can't have sex? The fuck? Dude just like kills himself to save everybody, can't even get laid without getting criticized. What the hell? Homeless Grey Cat, thank you very much for being grossly incandescent for 16 months. Tip of the hat to you, sir. Appreciate support. Thank you very much. Avatar Blade, why you do this? Why you do this? Anyway. However, before that can happen, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time to prove that her memory is fully gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she is good as fastened the chains around their necks. Which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Garleans are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tsuyu. Plus he's a row. He would ruin her. That's not how it works, Kazbaz. I mean, we all know Ralban had his way with the Sultana. I mean, you know, she didn't get ruined. Arclight, I love the Final Fantasy VII reboot. I just hope that there's enough content there, because right now there's a lot of people just like trashing the game. And I really do hope they made enough content to justify it being that multi-part. But if it's like, if I can get something in the vicinity of 20 hours, like the hour that I've experienced earlier today, seal of approval. Stop pushing that loot agenda of yours. Hey, dude! His son's Zalala. They claim he's adopted. I say everybody's full of shit. Not to mention the Sultana, she's clearly got the hots for him. Like, dude, they boned. They boned, and it's that simple. And the result was Pippin. That's why Pippin's such a badass. Easy mode. He's not. Avatar Blade knows what's up. Rui, that's gross. Why is it gross? She's 15 years younger than him. Was she of age? If she was of age, there you go. That's what they want you to believe, Queen. That's what they want you to believe. You guys just don't know. I already know the canon better than you guys. I know for a fact that Sultana and Ralban got it on. And the story of Pippin is made up. Sultana is not of age? What, yet? Okay, well, okay, what is the canon age of the Sultana right now? Oh, fuck. That would indeed make that really bad. Shit. Never mind. Never mind. There goes my Pippin theory. How old is Pippin? How old is Pippin? I was not aware of the Sultana's age. Or do we not have an official age on Pippin? And also, Queen, yes, the Final Fantasy VII remake is very much worth it. At least I personally enjoyed it a great deal. I really liked it. And it's not that big. It's like, I think, is it 13 gigs? Is it less? I think it's, was it 7 gigs even? I think it might just be 7 gigs. Pippin's 25. Pippin is older than the Sultana? Damn. Damn.
If only I could be so grossly...
Meaning the Sultana would be minus 5. Shaggerot, thank you very much for being grossly incandescent for 2 months. Tip of the hat to you. Really appreciate support. Thank you. Shall we wait here then? Lord Ian should not be long. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She's nowhere to be found. But the Garleans will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it is possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether. A word, did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? Fair-skinned woman, I do not rightly know. I think, yes, my lord. Now that I mention it, there was a lady amongst the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember her taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as new-fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. It seemed Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this. Though his face betrays little sign of panic, Hien is plainly desperate to find Yotsuyu before something terrible happens. It seems Tsuyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami, help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me, but I would ask for your aid nonetheless. We are at your service, Lord Hien. Now as before, let us make the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. We have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surrounds. Alphino, if you would take the road to Castrum Fluminis. Forgive me, but could I ask if you interrogates the residents of Yuzuka Manor? One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. If everyone's in agreement, let us board the skiff and hope the Kami smile upon our efforts. The last thing I wanted to do is to go talk with the Namazu, dude. Those little squeaky toys. God damn it, the Phoenix. The Phoenix is also pretty badass. But Rathalos will be way cooler. Gyo-san, welcome to Yukuza Manor. Yes, if there's anything you care to know, you need only... pale-skinned woman? I've seen no such traveler, I'm sorry to say. Most sorry, scaly-skinned Namazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. Of course you do. Unusually pale skin. Yes, I saw this woman on the way back from my fishing trip. She had just crossed the shallows east of here and was headed in a northeasterly direction. For the most part, her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. How much longer do I have to stare at a potato as the main character? Oh. Dude, I'm a potato for life. Deal with it. Lalas are fucking awesome. They're the closest thing to a dwarf. Oh. No sign of Yotsuyu in the north. Perhaps he is somewhere farther off northeast. How much is it to change appearance in US dollars? $7. Don't donate for me to change appearance. I'm only telling you this once. Don't do it. Because I'm not going to change appearance. Not anytime soon, anyway. Still no sign of Yotsuyu. Perhaps she is yet farther down the northeast. What's a tuber? What is that? Is that like a vegetable or something? Okay, yeah. I figured it was some kind of vegetable family. Yeah. Yotsuyu is nowhere to be seen, but lying on the ground a short distance to the north, you spy a familiar-looking wide-brimmed hat. Cursory glance is all that is required to confirm your suspicions. It is the same hat Yotsuyu was wearing when you found her in Sakazuki. Shields up, Kegrin. Hurry before you ask. Our search of Kusakari and its surroundings has yielded exactly naught save this chance reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alizé has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hien here shortly thereafter. How did you fare at Yuzuka Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? Towards Namai, by the Kami, if the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yugiri and I will check the paddies. The village square is yours. Good. I remember my times at the paddies were not very nice.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
What did I... What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsuyu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
Okay, so let me just try to figure this shit out. You're legitimately trying to reason with what is, for all intents and purposes, a mob. He crazy. Listen, you should do what politicians do best and lie.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies! My lord, she would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
Hell's a canker.
What I saw then, it's all true. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sore tumor, so kind of like a cancer, except they didn't want it to use the word cancer.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Here, there's no need to cry. Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu, and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands, and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Hey, Coulson. Sorry to hear that, dude. Actually, Arclight, Mosan World has cloud saves on Steam, so it should be fine. Yan's face is a picture of relief. That would have been better avoided, but at least it did not end in bloodshed, and judging by Tsuyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt. Nay, it seems it was an offhand request of Gosetsu's which brought her to Namai. She came in search of a persimmon. They say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gosetsu finds the taste to his liking. Well, we have certainly taken a long way around, but let us continue on to Castrum Fluminis and our meeting with the ambassador. Alphino and Alice should still be there conducting their search. Seems our Imperial guests have already arrived. 'Tis time to meet the ambassador.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
He's gonna blow it up.
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look, well.
Fucking scumbag. What a fucking scumbag.
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the Acting Viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma. Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
He's gonna blow them all up. Seen it a million times. He's gonna blow them all up. Scum of the earth, that guy. Good morning. Bane Soul Reaver. I thought it was you. It's just I can barely read that color. I knew better than to trust Asai, but that was a dirty trick. Still unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Gosetsu, of Tsuyu's future to rest. I have sent her back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Gosetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them. You have that look, Alphino. What is it? Nothing of consequence, most like. We can discuss it upon our return. Alphino knows. He's like, he's gonna blow them up. He's gonna blow them the fuck up. We should pay a visit to Brosetsu and assure him about Tsuyu's fates. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on her. But they haven't.
Gosetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone!
Good God, your guards suck.
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
No, I'm getting tired of following your lost little lamb. Can I put her down? That'll solve all problems. The little lala steps. Hippity hoppity, hippity hoppity.
Help! Help!
Oh. Sucks to be you two.
Help! Help me!
If only I hadn't remembered. He should hate me. But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
The fuck are they doing here?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu. A font of misery.
Good God.
You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks, at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
Well, you've gone and done it now.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be.
They had it
Very
coming.
well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Yotsuyu! What?
That's the way to fucking do it. He's the one who planted him there. Now it makes sense.
Done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
No, I have not done the Little Ladies event.
Please. I don't want to die.
Slap his hand away. I would. Just like, get the fuck out of here.
Any sign of her? What happened here?
I knew
what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives.
They're not that valuable.
But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
What do you mean no sound? There's definitely sound, GW Handsome. Whatever's happening is on your end. We have recovered the Neira's remains and will hold the cremation on. Would that they had never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gosetsu myself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts. Right up until he leaves his bed, and your guards are like, oh shit, yeah, we missed him. We missed the giant fucking Rohirrim samurai. Didn't see him. Never even saw him. Lord Yen seems keen to take stock of the situation. So my friends, that which we feared has come to pass. Yotsuyu has regained her memory and returned to the Imperial fold. It is by any measure a cruel twist, not least for Gosetsu, but one which does not invalidate our agreement. According to the terms of the contract, we were bound to surrender Yotsuyu into the Garlean hands should her condition improve prior to the hour of the exchange. By that reckoning, all is, if not as it should be, then as it must be. This I can accept. But what I cannot accept are the unconscionable lengths to which Asai went to achieve this outcome. Given his recent conduct and his apparent admiration for Xenos, it is plain he cannot be trusted, and that is to say nothing of the unexplained containers he insists on bringing to our meetings. Whatever the ambassador is planning, I think it unlikely our negotiations will end peacefully. In the event of hostilities, the safety of the conscripts must be our first concern. As such, I would have an escape route in place before the meeting begins. A wise precaution, if the main structure of Castrum Fluminis is to be the stage for the exchange, then I believe a thorough inspection is in order. The citadel has stood empty ever since the Imperial withdrawal. While we took steps to ensure that it could not be defended by an occupying force, it is entirely possible that the ambassador has arranged things there to his advantage. I will slip inside and make certain we have an unobstructed exit. Pray allow me to join you. I have some experience of Imperial facilities, and should matters take a turn for the worse, I would hope to be at least of some use. Very good. That should be enough to guarantee us a way out of the castrum. Beyond that, however, we will need a ship to ferry the conscripts back to the Enclave. Even with every skiff we have, it would take several trips to evacuate everyone. A Confederate Seki Bune, on the other hand, would require only a single run, and leave us far less vulnerable on the water, assuming, of course, Rasho can be convinced to part with one. Might I take the lead on this? I've had dealings with Rasho and his pirates before. Wait. Okay, Rasho. And I won't be alone, will I, Ruri? I suppose not. Well, that was enthusiastic. Were you hoping to join Yugiri and Alphino on their skulking mission by any chance? I'm certain you would make a persuasive pair, but I think I will accompany you to these negotiations all the same. My lord, the ruler of Doma should not be seen consorting with common brigands. Come now, Yugiri, they stood with us against the Empire. If we would ask their aid once more, we must treat them as equals. My presence shall serve to demonstrate our sincerity. Indeed, my lord. Pray forgive my presumption. By your leave, Master Alphino and I shall be about our task. And we should be on our way to Onokoro. Time is short, and Rasho may take some convincing. Yes, Melly82, I already did a live stream of it. I know, Arclight. Every time I see it, I'm like, I should be grinding for that. But Cosbos won't let me. Now, there is a face I did not expect to see. What brings the noble Lord of Doma into the company of bilge rats such as we? If you've come to offer Doman chains in place of Garlean ones, then I'm afraid you've wasted a trip. Ah, and what fine subjects you would make. With your fleet at our disposal, our restoration efforts would be hastened tenfold. But let us speak seriously. I stand before you not to demand your fealty, but to request your aid once more. Blame fate and muse. Mayhap you are confused. Doma's liberation was but a means to an end. We aided you only to save ourselves. Now we have no such incentive. We have sworn no oath to you and will not come running like hounds at their master's whistle. And I would not presume to treat you thus. I come to petition your cooperation as an ally of equal standing. Equal standing, you say? Seems a bit lopsided to me. Where's the profit for us in all this? Profit? Must you always think in such short-sighted terms? Have you ever heard of doing the right thing? Have you ever heard of pirates, little miss? You'll find we're simple souls. You pay our tithe, you sail in peace. Deny us our due, and we take it by force. We'll pull you out of the water if we see you drowning, but we are not in the business of doing something for nothing. So... Okay, never mind, yeah. Calm yourself, Mistress Alice. We did not come here to moralize, we came here to talk, and there is more to be said. According to records recovered after the liberation, relatives of your Doman-born brethren were among those conscripted into the Imperial Army. And, as you may be aware, we recently negotiated the return of said conscripts. Many, alas, will arrive to find no families waiting for them, no homes to grant them shelter. I would ask that you offer them a place in the Confederacy. You would not be rescuing strangers, but welcoming brothers and sisters into your ranks. And has not the Confederacy been in need of new recruits? You seem well informed of our affairs, Lord Hien. The losses we suffered at the Garlean's hands are no secret, but since we drove them out of Doma, the Ruby Sea has come alive with traders and travelers. So many vessels to tax, so few pirates to tax them. We could do with some more hands on deck, and doubly so if they're familiar with the inner workings of the Empire. Very well, the Confederacy agrees to your request. You will have your ship. But before that, you must do something for me. The vessel I have in mind was damaged during your battle with the Empire. Though we have mended her, she has yet to be declared seaworthy. She is sound enough down below, but when you load her up with conscripts and the waterline rises, those upper planks had best be free of cracks. Assuming you want your people to stay dry, you will do me the favor of swimming around the hull to check for weaknesses. That is, if Doman Lords are not averse to getting their robes wet. Not this Doman Lord. We each inspect a third of the ship, and it shall be done in a thrice. That's the spirit. The ship is moored at Quickscape Pier. Our apprentice shipwright will be on deck to hear your report. Look for a lad named Ihanashi. And I thought we had a knack for parleying with pirates. For the record, my previous attempt was an unmitigated success, and yes, I should have quit while I was ahead. Well, well, I thought the rumors exaggerated, but the young lord lives up to his reputation. Going the wrong way. Oh, it did not dismount me. Oh wait, it's actually up above. Trollolololol. I thought it always dismounted you. You see no signs of damage here. Look at how fast I can swim. I'm like a goddamn torpedo. Yong. Spot a small crack in one of the planks. I am the shipwright, apprentice shipwright. Did you find anything that might need attention? Section I inspected seemed solid enough. There's a crack. On the port side near the bow, you say? Alright, I'll have a look and see what I can do. When he said the port side, I'd be like, that way. There. In that direction. In the bottom. My apologies, I seem to have lagged behind. I could float in that gentle sea all day. Otherwise, I'm happy to report no visible cracking or holes in my section of the hull. Your Lord Hien, the captain sent you to inspect the hull? Kami, have mercy, forgive us this discourtesy, my lord. This quite alright, in fact, I rather enjoyed it. I take it you are of Doma. Yes, my lord, the Imperials took my father away after the uprising and I had nowhere else to turn. The Confederacy became my family. But someone told me they're releasing the conscripts now. Maybe my father will be among them. Not that I can go back. There's no leaving once you've joined. How fares Our Lady? Is she seaworthy? Captain, we found a small crack on the port side, but I'll have it fixed before you know it. I see you have met the boy. Did he tell you his story? He babbles when he is nervous. Should his father be among the conscripts as he hopes, I mean to give him the choice to leave this life. If he so chooses, I expect you to see they are provided for. I've heard that those who join the Confederacy forswear all ties with kin and homeland. Is that oath so easily put aside? If I allow it. I see in him the lad I was 25 years ago. You say the words, you mean them, but the yearning for home still lingers. He's a softy. My family is long dead, and I know this life is my lot, but he has scarce dipped his toes with us. If there is life for him in Doma, he should have the chance to live it. Well said, the Empire's conquest has uprooted many and more, be it in Yangjia or out on the Ruby Sea. We have a duty to ensure that Ihanashi and others like him are free to dwell where they desire. Then the matter is settled. I will make preparations to cast off. As a Portuguese, what is this? I can't see the text that you wrote before that, but where he's never been sailing? That's a lie. I've sailed. I've sailed before. All my friends, it seems, are ever ship. Let us return to the Enclave. I actually have a sailor's license, or I had. It's probably expired by now. But a while back, my father wanted to learn, you know, about all of the maritime rules and shit like that. And he went on a course, but, you know, he didn't want it to do it alone, so I went with him. And we both took the course to be able to pilot ships. So for a while, I had that. Where the fuck am I? Oh, is this Castrum? Okay. Rurkan the Sailor. Yeah, in Portuguese we have Bombardo e Estibardo. If I remember correctly, Estibardo was to the left? I think that, yeah, that was to the left. And then Bombardo was to the right, I think. Now I have to ask, did you see a lot of Seaman? Ha 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 ha. You're so funny! So funny! How many knots can you do, Ruri? Well, now I can't do any of them. But I used to know a couple of knots. But interestingly enough, that was not the most important thing that you had to know. They taught you, like, I think 2 knots. Most of the other knots, they said, ah, those are just like for show and shit, whatever. Yeah, see what Queen says. That's what they teach you. They teach you like 2 or 3. I should have actually just teleported here. Paying attention to what you guys are saying on chat, that's what it gets me. I'm very curious to see how this particular patch is going to end. We'll see what happens with Gosetsuyu and Yotsuyu. They've built up that particular storyline in a very interesting way. I mean, it can't just be, oh yeah, she's gonna go back to the Empire and that's that. It can't just be that. There's no way. It seems Yugiri and Alphino completed their task before us. They have been waiting. We scouted the structure and determined the swiftest path to safety, and in the event of hostilities, we will lead the conscripts outside with all possible haste. From there, the Confederacy has pledged the ship to ferry us across the One River. Now we have but to attend the exchange and pray the Kami these precautions were unnecessary. Of course they were not. Yen is ready to proceed with the prisoner exchange. While we were putting our contingency plans in place, I left Hakuru in charge of organizing transport for the Imperial prisoners. He will see they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come, they await us on the riverbank not far from the castrum. That's not the point, and you know it. I love the music. The music has been really solid throughout this game. Your party is assembled then? Aye, and ready for what lies ahead, I trust. Lest there be any confusion, though, the tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange, that and whatever else Asahi has planned. But regardless of the ambassador's intentions, we will bring our people home. Yugiri, you are to evacuate the conscripts at the first sign of trouble. Yes, my lord. We, meanwhile, shall cover their escape and lend what support we can. Your ship awaits you at the Castrum's loading docks. She will see you safely home. Come, let us be about it. Hey, Dolomite 33. What happened to Dolomite 32?
At last, the hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Dorma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
Indeed. We are ready to proceed with the exchange when you are. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh, the supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Dorma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
Why would you carry them all the way here?
How very generous. I confess I had not expected such compassion, welcome though it is. But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Nairi, widow of Sashihai, and acting Viceroy of Dorma. You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish!
Well, well. It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement with the Ambassador, you are free to return with him to the Empire. Your authority as acting Viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
My position is not for you to decide, little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Xenos himself. I will reign here in this putrid, pestilent swamp until the last of you has been broken. This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
The fuck? Seriously? A fucking primal summoning? The Empire is summoning an icon?
What has she done? Oh gods, this is a summoning.
Geary, get the goddamn conscripts. The fuck are you doing? And all of you fuckers better get the fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here. I don't want to be having to deal with no balls of influence this time around. Bayonetta. She's an umbral witch.
A Dorman citizen has called forth an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed. Abandon the captives and make preparations to withdraw.
But Ambassador!
Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
As you command.
My lord, you must fall back!
You ask me to run?
Strategic withdrawal. You're not running, you're advancing in a different direction.
Spare my pride, would you? I know this foe is beyond me. The field is yours. We will withdraw, but not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul!
My lord.
I knew you would not flee. I see now the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours. But I am become Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon and divinity of night. What power can compare to such celestial majesty? I shall plunge all I despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail. Come, let us cast the stalks and look upon the fate of Dorman. I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
Now, who was in for this? Should I invite your friend Cosbos? Not so much. Okay. Anybody else wants in? And that sounds like a no. Let's go. Feeds on my spite, my suffering. Before its shades of the dead curse my name, strike my body. Okay. I expect we'll see Gosetsu by the end. Oh shit. Yep. Oh shit, I mispressed the button.
In darkness, the spider from mortal, I rise anew. The swift night, I shall prevail.
If I hadn't misclicked earlier, I would have had Passage of Arms for that. So if I have the black, I have to stand on the white. Not aware of that. I figured I have the black, maybe I should stay on the black. But I guess it's balance.
I shall prevail.
We purified her. She's purified now. The mechanics are also from World of Darkness first boss. So I am a little bit confused there. It seemed like you're supposed to be shifting in between them to avoid getting the buff all the way. But if you get the buff all the way, you have to be on the opposite side. Just don't reach 5. Do like 2 debuffs and switch. Okay. But I was at a point where I had like the full moon, and I swapped to the black side, and that seemed to like nullify it. Right? There was no loot. That's some bullshit. Hey, let's not stop him or anything. Just let him keep pounding away at his sister. Like, what the fuck?
You really must learn to finish the job. 'Tis true that a gaudy mirror and a handful of crystals make for a feeble summoning. But even the weakest icon is a god of sorts. A threat that must be put down.
Why exactly are we letting this happen?
Such hostility! These beings are the sworn enemies of the Empire. I merely did my duty as an Imperial officer. Will you surrender to anger then? Slay an anointed emissary to avenge a fallen foe?
It's like they know what we're thinking.
You cannot, of course. To do so would burn the bridges we have labored so hard to build. Oh, but I'm forgetting. They're already ash. This doorman woman has seen to that. The Empire cannot ally itself with any nation that refuses to renounce summoning. I believe I was most clear on that point.
That means I can kill you. Draw a weapon.
It should have been mine. The power he bestowed upon her. I should have been the one to govern Dorma. I would have repaid his faith.
Draw your weapon.
No one alive loves him more than I.
That much we can see.
Instead, this harlot betrayed his trust. Useless piece of filth! Worthless whore!
Holy shit. Tell me it was me. No, it was Gosetsu, goddammit. Wasn't it? Who was it?
Thank you, dear brother.
It was her.
For this precious gift. Vengeance.
With her little moon scythe.
These people, our people, they ignore the corruption which festers beneath the surface. Cast aside that which is dirty and broken. Speak not of things which would disrupt their dreary little lives. Like you, Asahi. Always pretending not to see. You were the first. The first I swore to kill. Such bliss. I had thought my hunger insatiable. But now I am satisfied.
And you've plunged us into war with the Empire. Thanks for that. I mean, we were at war anyway, so whatever.
You should feel honored, dear brother. I saved the last of my strength, just for you.
What a fine mess.
What's the matter? The Witch of Doma will soon be dead.
Tsuyu deserved a kinder fate.
Her happiness was never to be. Not in this world. I wonder, was the fruit as sweet as he remembered?
Her ether dissipates.
Lord Xenos. Lord Xenos. I am at your disposal.
Asahi, you were born of Doma, yes?
Yes, my lord. I am honored that you would remember me. How may I serve?
You are hereby appointed Ambassador Plenipotentiary, and empowered to speak with the voice of the Emperor. Return to your native land of Doma, and announce your intention to sue for peace.
For peace?
Once negotiations are underway, you are to locate the Acting Viceroy.
She lives? That is to say, I will, my lord.
When you have found her, you will initiate a ritual to call forth an icon. I will instruct you in the necessary steps. Yotsuyu's faith is unreliable, but as a child raised to believe in the kami, she will serve as a vessel for one of the Kojin's gods. She need only wish it to be so. The power will seem a gift, but the icon's essence will consume her. She will be no more than a husk, a slave to whim and desire.
My lord, ever since the day you saw fit to save my miserable life, I have dreamed of repaying your benevolence. Upon my honor, I swear to devote myself wholly to your service. All that you command will be done, no matter the cost. But I fear the subtleties of your plan yet elude me. From the reports I have heard, the champion who aids the Doman resistance would make short work of a single icon.
The icon is merely a message. The pacifist teachings of the Populares spread through this city like a plague. And I would remind the people of the threat we face. You will be my chosen agent. The hand which tolls the warning bell. The salvation of this world will not be won through the signing of treaties.
Your chosen agent. I will not fail you, my lord.
I still don't know how he survived.
My master, Lord Xenos, he will come for you.
Been there, done that. Kiddo.
You have prevailed, I see.
She is gone. Wherefore did the kami spare us, only to inflict this pain?
Death shall not want for company this day. You spared us a worse disaster, but I fear our fledgling peace with the Empire was beyond saving.
Lord Hien!
Maxima, is it not? I assumed you long fled.
I entertain thoughts of escape even now, but our negotiations have yet to reach a satisfying conclusion. The ambassador insisted that the summoning spelled an end to our mission here, but it seemed to me there was more to the tale.
Xenos was behind this plot.
have heard tell of this power you wield. And in your vision, you witnessed Lord Xenos giving these orders.
How can that be? Xenos is dead. He took his own life after the battle in Alamigo. I saw his body with my own eyes.
Forgive me, but Lord Xenos is very much alive. He granted our party an audience prior to our departure. That he was gravely wounded is certain, but his recovery appeared to be proceeding apace.
I'm afraid I share Lord Hien's confusion. The man's death was confirmed and his remains interred. These are matters of public record.
I have no doubt you believe what you say. But what then is the explanation? That an impostor has infiltrated the innermost circle of the Imperial Court? The idea is inconceivable, absurd. But worthy of investigation nonetheless. Our movement can ill afford to have a highly placed pretender undermining our efforts.
Your efforts may yet bear fruit. Tell me, what is to become of our prisoner exchange? Though we have already taken custody of our conscripts, we have yet to release your Imperial comrades. Do you still intend to collect them?
Yes. As the late Ambassador's second-in-command, it falls to me to speak on the Empire's behalf. And I'm happy to confirm our intent to proceed according to the original agreement.
Then let us be about it. 'Twould be a pity to abandon such a promising beginning.
Indeed. You have my thanks, Lord Hien. As soon as our people are secure aboard our airship, we shall depart straightways for Garlemald.
Tread lightly, Pilus. I sense treachery awaits you there.
Might I accompany you to the capital?
Alphino, have you gone mad?
Imposter or no, if Xenos was instructing Asahi on the finer points of ritual summoning, then experience tells us there is an Ascian waiting in the wings. Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience. They need our help.
Were you indeed willing to share your knowledge of this enemy, we would not shun your counsel.
You truly mean to do this? In full knowledge of the danger?
I have seen the Warrior of Light risk his life on countless occasions. Next to him, I'm scarce more than a distraction on the battlefield. But in the meeting room or the audience chamber, there I can make a difference. I can strike bargains, forge ties, and change minds. And where better to do these things than in the home of our old enemy?
Gambare!
'Tis not for me to stop you, but I would have you consider an alternative arrangement. Rather than braving the Empire as a simple traveler, go forth as an emissary of Doma. Such a position should offer you some measure of protection.
Go then. You've obviously made up your mind. Just try not to do anything reckless, all right?
He shouldn't go alone.
I shall be on my best behavior. Farewell, my friends.
Sorry. I knew Asahi was planning some manner of treachery, but a summoning. Thank the kami you were here, my friend. None of us would have escaped Yotsuyu's vengeance had you not intervened. She was a pawn, aye, but she still had a choice, and she chose to submit the ambassador's plan. There's little wonder Gosetsu departed in silence. I gather he left the same way he came, alone aboard a rowing boat. As for the conscripts, most made it to the Sikebune before the battle began in earnest, but the vessel yet awaits on the riverbank for those who did not flee in time. Then I suggest we put this doleful place behind us and make for the Enclave together. It would be a shame to miss the joyous reunion.
How often have I imagined this moment? Thank you for helping it come to pass.
There's a lot of Roegden in there. Gosetsu is done.
There you are.
He shaved his head.
Gosetsu, your hair.
My friend, what have you done?
An old man who cannot raise his blade has no place in the service of a young lord. Thus did I decide to devote my remaining days to pilgrimage. I will walk this land, offering prayers of repose for all the souls who left this life in suffering.
All of them?
I thought of the same thing, Arclight. They have a name for that, Julius. It's a bum. You're gonna be a bum. Safe travels, Gosetsu.
A fulsome farewell makes for an enjoyable journey.
Scarcely have we said our goodbyes to Alphino, and you leave us too. But 'tis well that my companions find their own way forward. I must endeavor to do the same.
I have faith that you will find the best path for Doma without me, my lord. Pray forgive me this last act of selfishness, and grant me your blessing.
You have earned it 1,000 times over. Go in peace, my friend. I shall make of Doma a land where children laugh and none need live in fear.
There is no better way to honor those who went before. And with that, I take my leave.
What about his katana? We bought him his katana back, and we're not even giving it to him. Ah, Gosetsu, fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but there is yet ample cause to be grateful. Pray, join us in the Kenkan. I would thank you properly. Do I get a house? You gonna give me a house, Yen? I don't think so. Our brothers and sisters are returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live long in memory, and one that would never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. How about a house, though? Lest you think me complacent, I assure you I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is a source of grave concern, mayhap the gravest, yet there is little to be done but wait for Alpha Note to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gosetsu, by building a nation in which none need live in fear. I confess I miss him already, but the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yutsuyu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Yutsuyu's childlike mien, I believe he says mind. I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, but a little girl who was lost to him. After the loss of his family, Gosetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I had hoped that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment. Would that the kami had been so minded. Even now I labor to discern any meaning in Yotsuyu's fate, to deliver her from certain death with no memory of her sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother. Can that truly have been their will? That I cannot tell you. The will of the kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us, and that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. Doesn't matter, Cosboss, just go with it. Was that the end of 4.3? Because I didn't get an achievement. No, that's not the end of 4.3. Okay. Under the moonlight, Alice seems ready to bid farewell to Doma. think it's time we're going, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Walger's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lise about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. Well, before we continue though, I need a very quick bio break. It's not like the one we took yesterday. It's a shorter one, I promise. Be right back. Give me a second. I'm back. Okay. Teleporting is a massive gold sink. Massive friggin' gold sink. I'd very much like to know how much I've spent in teleporting around so far. Must be a crazy friggin' number. Where did Alice say you're back? No alpha, no? It's good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will most certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Zeno might still be alive. What? But that's... if this is a joke. Gods, this had better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, right? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald? Yep. That's exactly what we're saying. I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself, but while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Ruiz. He saw the Crown Prince through the Echo, in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. Xenos is alive. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter? Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? This is information we could have used. Lise, you incompetent idiot. Thal's gilded halls, whatever are you talking about? Thancred, what brings you to the Reach? Alphino had me lending a hand at the Saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running. And now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? Ugh, as much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave, but if it'll put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried up at Bloodhoe in the Locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you're in charge until I get back. We need to see. And quieting minds just have to know. Here's a pro tip. From now on, whenever you kill a big boss, make a funeral pyre out of it. How about that? We cremate all of them. That's all of the rights that they get. Giving this fucker a burial. There you go. That's what you get. That is what you get. This is it. Gods, he'd better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off and thought no more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied? Well then, we are presented with but one course of action. And we had best be sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin?
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bit to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphino's theory of Ashen possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you that they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Ashen is walking around in Xenos' body? It seems a distinct possibility. Oh, right! Because Ashens are the ones who teach people how to do the summoning rituals. So it would make sense that he would teach Asahi how to perform a summoning ritual for his sister. Seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Ralban needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Ralger's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stones then? It's past time we share these developments with the others. I mean, who's our contact at the Rising Stones now that Tataru is gone, though? Or is Tataru going to return to the Rising Stones now that our business in Doma is concluded? Shit. Oh, Alice is responsible for this now. It's been a while since we've been at the Rising Stones. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Urianger over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Y'shtola is on her way and should be here any... Ah! Alice, Ruri, it is good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Disturbing developments indeed, given all that we know. I too would conclude that an Ashen now inhabits Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Ruri? Nay. Alphino had the right of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety, capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold, and the shadowy web of the Paragons like as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Did he do the Warring Triad? Isn't that the... Oh. Final cutscene. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear, the icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan, every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. Have you lost your mind? Pretty sure I'm supposed to recognize that sword, but I don't remember it. I've lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final blow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. What the fuck? What the fuck? I knew that seemed familiar, but this guy looks nothing like Xenos. Shall I use this chance to repent my sins, embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. What the fuck? He's definitely an Elysian, Rurikon. I mean, yeah, that dude is an Elysian, but Xenos was Garlean. Oh, he's got the echo from the... From the experiments. I didn't know you could swap bodies just because you have the echo. It was in 2.2. Who was it that did that technique then? The Fishman did it. When he summoned Leviathan. Oh, shit. I remember that. Fuck. How the fuck did they expect somebody to remember that? Jesus Christ. What the fuck, dude? That's pretty messed up. That's pretty messed up. Yeet! Anyway. So this next one is 4.3, and that's when we begin Shadowbringers. It's 4.4, and that's when we begin Shadowbringers proper. And that's 2 patches until Shadowbringers. So which means this is like the perfect point to do like raids and shit. This is like the perfect point to do that stuff, right? Do this quest though. What do you mean this quest? 4.4? But I already have the I already got the achievement. Oh, this next one is the last one. Okay. Emissary of the Dawn. So it's this one? Okay. With thoughts of Alphino's plight weighing heavy on her mind, Alice might welcome some company. It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alphino. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. We should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East and with your encounter with this new primal especially. I'll put the kettle on. That table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. Upon sitting at the table, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Alrighty then. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time. It is... Is this going to be more than an hour? It's not going to be more than an hour, is it? What are we talking about? Like 30 minutes? 20 minutes? $20 minutes? Okay. Okay. That's good. Then we can do it. Because if it was like 1 hour, I'd be like, okay, just stop. I'd be going home. But if it's 20 minutes, we can do 20. Hopefully all voice acted. But then again, maybe not. Interesting. I mean, I would like these longer cutscenes to be voiced. It's like they've been giving us so much voice work. It's like they've gotten to this patch like, hey man, we can't be paying these fucking voice actors anymore, dude. It's too much. Too much. Interesting. So this Tsukayumi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right, they believe their gods or kami reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics, but if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea, and I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help to prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome our resident expert in aetherology. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? Certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us of how your investigations went. Maybe not tea, but how about some sausages and ham? After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told much the same story. Once Lys and her officers had confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamegan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scrawl was removed, as per Lys's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, 'tis like the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed imposter, or an Ascian has taken up residence within it. If Asahi was as fervent a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation. However committed, we must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphino and Garlemald? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Master Alphino, we are making good speed towards our destination. Is aught amiss? Nay, it is just I can see naught from my cabin and was curious to know the land over which we flew. I am afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I am happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Authard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but malms upon malms of lifeless earth. I have read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry of every last drop of aether. It is believed that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Authard and beheld this blight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Report! We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor, no visible designation. Magitech, but who? The other faction. All cannons, return fire, damage report. Main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it, they knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. God damn it, Alphino. Look at what you've done. Glad to have you back, Master Alphino. We have landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather survivors and get out while we still can. Aye, aye. Fuck. I thought we were going to see cutscenes. I blame all of you for this. I hope you're happy. I blame all of you for this. I blame all of you for this. All of you. I blame all of you. No. How do I skip? Yes. Particularly you, Cosbaz. Meanwhile, on the Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft L-25. Okay, this is the bit with Alphino. You're talking to a member of the 6th rank. Like I give a fuck. Oh, what? In the coming battle, we will fight as Alphino. Oh god. The fuck is this? Restores target HP. Tri-Shackle deals unexpected damage with a potency of 30 to target and all enemies nearby it. Starstorm. Limit Break. I love how we already have the thing for our Limit Break. I have a Limit Break right there. And Ruin deals unexpected damage when a potency. Additional effects bind. Okay, let's put... Wait, I can't move his abilities? God damn it! These are this fucking terribly positioned. It's terrible. Oh my god, dude, this is terrible. Pfft, it's fucking terrible, dude. Anyway, we only have one heal and 2 damage spells. This one also binds people, this one damages people, and this is our ultimate. Alright. And Carbuncle is probably going to do most of the work anyway. Search for survivors. Apparently there's a time limit. So this is the burn. Looks like a salt desert. I don't see any survivors. Oh wait, there's a dude over there. maybe not. No, I can't go that way. Destroyed the airship wreckage? Oh. I don't think that's gonna work, Alphino. My thanks, I don't think I would have made it. Yes, you very likely saved his life. The question is who would try to take remains. With these last few out of their misery, the prince wishes none left alive. The prince? Yeah, Xenos, the crown prince. They're not come to parley, I fear. Ready your weapons. Oh shit, really, dude? I don't even get like a party interface to heal? Or a tank for that matter. Diminishing returns, I take it. Confound it, not here. Not like this. And by the way, if Cosboss is being overzealous about spoilers, that is because I asked him to. So I would appreciate it if you would respect that. And that's the last time I'll say that. What? Who in the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphino. Let us finish this then. don't have targeting for healing. I keep thinking, like, am I gonna have to heal somebody? But it doesn't actually feel like you need to, so... What the hell? Hey. I never got the limit break option even. I thought I was going to have to actually heal though. I'm a little bit disappointed. It would have been cool if they're going to put you in control of a healer, then give us the proper tools of the healer, which is to have like the party bars so that I could properly select targets and actually have them tank and take damage. That would have actually been interesting. Like, I would have embraced that because I do like healing as well. Alfie's not a healer. He has healing spells. Who cares? He can heal. My thanks. Your intervention was proved most timely. Well, well, I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know of me, sir? I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know you your assailants and the severity of your predicament? The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard, and I could venture a guess as to their motive, but you yet have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking, and as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Ascian mask. The face of our prey. The fuck? We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed, and we accept your gracious offer. Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Come. Is it easy to play with a controller? Yes, Wakaman 67. There's a little bit of an adaptation period, but you can get used to it fairly fast. Did he kill all those Ashians? Wait, that was Gaius's face, wasn't it? Was that Gaius or Xenos? It's the mask that Gaius had. Yeah, exactly. This is intolerable, but as much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alphino now but to pray for his success. But wait a minute. Xenos had a mask somewhat similar to Gaius, which means that is the mask of a high-ranking Imperial officer. Not necessarily Xenos or Gaius, but an Imperial officer. Well, that's not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I can make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea as if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alizé, but the provinces are hostile territory and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. I'll go with him. And how exactly would that be any better? I must refuse your company as well, my friend. Formidable though you are, the success of my mission depends on moving unnoticed. Lest you forget you have grown rather famous. I trust you understand. Fine. Just promise you'll be careful. It seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all, but I will stay behind, as I have been bid. We all have our talents, mine just happened to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word the moment I learn aught of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Aldenard vessel to bear me thither. But I shall return if I am needed. Be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Rui. With any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report from Alphino to share. Ha 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 ha. We have learned the emote Ponder. Okay, was this one it then? Okay. So from this point onwards, Stormblood. So I'm not going to start Stormblood now because I have to leave soon for home. That just wouldn't make a lot of sense. This also is a good spot to start working on raids and stuff like that. So we'll figure out what raids we're going to be doing, if we're even able to do them, because there might not be enough people queuing for them, which is a bit of a pain in the neck. But I would like to start with some of that stuff tomorrow, hopefully. You have 8-man, the 24-man, and Turtle Time. Say start MSQ or at most do Nero raid, since well it's Nero. All those things are part of the roulettes. Okay. Then tomorrow we'll try to do the raids and see how that pans out. But for now, I'm going to be calling it. Let me see who we're going to raid. I'm also running low on throat power, apparently. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, god damn it. Now the game is trapping my goddamn mouse. Just stop, game. What the fuck? No, it won't let me tab out. Jesus Christ. Come on, let's just have a black screen go off. Why not? There we go. Did I finally exit the goddamn game? No. Dude, sometimes it just becomes unruly as fuck. I cannot click out of the game. Dude, I swear this game fucking hates me for whatever reason. Tell you what. System configuration and windowed. Before I have a goddamn coronary. Thank you. Stay that way. See, this is why I don't play in windowed mode. Notice how the colors are much more washed off. See, that's why I don't play in windowed mode. I don't know who in here's got spoilers and whatnot, so I'm kind of like hesitant. Just do ENB. He's playing FF7, the demo, in case you guys haven't seen it yet. But anyways, that is going to be it. Thank you very much for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more of this. Stay strong. May shields never break, team. Peace out.